Students, in this module, we will discuss the social action, which is considered to be the fourth method of social work profession. We see that in our society, there are numerous problems and issues which exist in our society, like unemployment, poverty, discrimination, prejudices, hunger, violence, and a lot of other conflicts which affect the social functioning of the people positively in our society. And as a social scientist, we see that these are the human beings and the attitudes and the behaviors of the human beings which are basically the cause of these problems. So these are the human beings in the form of the individuals or the groups can correct these problems and can try to find out the solutions of these problems within the society. So if these problems are generated and created by the human beings, these issues can be solved by the human beings as well. So as a social scientist, we try to find out the constructive ways for the better adjustment and development of the individuals within the society. So sometimes due to the internal or the external factors, these individuals are not capable to be adjusted positively and to perform their roles within the social functioning of the society. So social action is one of the most important method of social work. It's a way of addressing the mass social problems, which is said to be the mass attack on the mass social problems, just to create the collective consciousness of the people, to resolve the problems in a democratic manner. If we see the historical background of this method of social action, we see that it was the Mary Richmond, the famous social worker, and whose work is important in the social casework method, referred the social action as the fourth process and the intervention in the domain of social work profession. And perhaps this is the era of 1922. Social action is basically considered an integral part of the concept of social work, arising from the liberalistic, rationalistic, and democratic traditions in the history of knowledge economy. The early effort which we see to promote the settlement movement in the history of the department, which originated in USA, to change the concept of charities and the role of the friendly visitors, which was used in the beginning to help the individuals and to help the people, and which is also considered to be the origin of social casework and later on the social work profession. But with the passage of time and feeling the need of the people on more broader level and in the broader perspective, it was seen that these movements of charities and these helps of friendly visitors should be organized into more professional patterns and should be provided to the people on professional level. So these helps of charities were converted into the more organized efforts, and there was an important shift from just to improve the situations, rather to cure and prevent the human problems. So these problems, there will be the little chances for these problems to reoccur in the coming future. So this method of social action was originated in the form of more organized efforts to help the individuals, to help the groups and communities. Primarily, it was not considered as a method of social work, rather an organized effort to change the social and economic situations of the human environment. But later on, it was distinguished just from the social services, and it was recognized as a proper method of social work profession. And it was this was criticized by a lot of the social scientists and the social workers that it can't be considered the proper fourth social work method, and the major emphasis was the utilization of the first three methods of like the social casework, the group work, and the community organization. But then, with the passage of time, social action was also included and considered the fourth method of social work. But it was also a debate and a discussion that this is an auxiliary method, and which means that a supportive method for the rest of the social work processes and interventions which were being provided, as I have discussed earlier, in the form of casework, group work, and community organization. But then it was considered that this is an independent method, and which is very helpful for the practice of all basic methods as well, but it also can be used independently as a fourth method of social work. And it was very much helpful for particularly the community development, because in social action the broader perspective of social problems can be understood, and the greater efforts can be done to tackle the problems of the masses on the larger scale. So this is important method of social work profession, and is equally important as the other methods of social work are.